Until the early 20th century, tobacco product types were distinctly geographical. The North Americans produced and consumed dark chewing plug, which was cased with cacao, licorice, juices and honey, while the Europeans imported pipe and cigar tobaccos and started to grow the distinctive dark air cured styles in countries such as France and Spain. It was not until the Crimean War in the mid-19th century that the cigarette was born, when the soldiers adopted a small paper tube of the aromatic and mild local tobaccos as a convenient and pleasant distraction once their own stock had finished. After the war, the aristocratic European officer class returned home with a taste and demand for their precious and exotic Turkish cigarettes. James Buck Duke, the son of a Carolinian tobacco farmer, was always a forceful and pioneering character. It is said that the devastation wrought on the fortunes of his rural community by the American Civil War was the spur for him to ensure a market for the average tobacco farmer. His genius was to see the opportunity provided by the mechanization of cigarette manufacturing, and by the late 19th century, he had created a near monopoly in the American tobacco industry by amalgamating and merging over 200 small family businesses dealing in pipe blends, chewing plug, cigars and handmade Turkish cigarettes. This was the start of the American Tobacco Company, ATC. He then set his sights on Great Britain and the Empire and started the same process by picking off English manufacturers. The defensive result from the British was the formation of the Imperial Tobacco Company. After fighting each other to a standstill, a joint venture was agreed as the sensible course. And in 1902, British American Tobacco was born. As part of the agreement, they both agreed not to compete in each other's domestic market. So ATC went back to the USA and Imperial to the UK. The combined foreign business of both companies was left to BAT. Tellingly, Buck himself chose to hitch his future to the exciting horizons offered by BAT rather than returning to his native America. BAT entered the world as a fully international company, and Buck Duke, perhaps remembering his early roots and ambitions to perpetuate a market for tobacco farming communities, began an aggressive global expansion. He targeted China, India, Australia and Brazil, amongst others. To serve his highly mechanized and efficient manufacturing operations, he brought his American and British tobacco farming expertise to teach local family farmers on the best ways to grow tobacco. New crops began to emerge, and many still are world-leading flavor sources today. BAT truly was a company built on good business, good process and community, as none of this works without the farmer and the trust and continuity between the company, the process and the product. The farmer is the source of our quality and the basis of our sustainability. To this day, more than 3/4 of the tobacco BAT uses comes from some 100,000 small-scale family farmers contracted in partnership with us around the world. Buck Duke expanded globally using this unique range of expertise to create new markets from the farmer up by creating entire supply chains that have become our fully sustainable farmer model, and in so doing, literally shaped the taste preferences that are present around the world today. The First World War was a turning point in many ways as well, in particular with a significant increased demand for machine-made cigarettes in the trenches and the supply of aromatic styles from the old Ottoman Empire being curtailed because of Turkey being allied to Germany. And so a great opportunity arose. But back in the States, Buck Duke's experts faced a dilemma. Their stocks were only made up of dark leaf for pipe and plug, bright Virginia, and only a smattering of aromatic leaf for the niche Turkish market. Luckily though, their expertise soon led to the creation of a supremely satisfying blend by mixing all three of these tobaccos, a blend that is now known as US Blend, with Lucky Strike being a prime brand example. Furthermore, the massive cultural changes experienced by the Reconstruction after the Second World War, where US cigarettes almost became the de facto currency, and the fall of the Soviet Union, opened the way for US blends like Lucky and Kent to predominate. Another trend that arose from the restricted Ottoman supply and general reprioritization of trade in wartime was the emergence of regions adopting dominant styles of tobacco. For example, due to these wartime restrictions, the British colonies and other countries had to become more self-sufficient, so much so that the tobacco styles grown in these countries simply became the consumer's norm. And to this day, British, Canadian, Chinese, Indian, Australian and South African smokers enjoy a good, bright, Virginia-based smoke, such as Dunhill. Why Virginia? Because the flu-cured Virginia offers the most controlled curing. And that is what Buck Duke generally introduced in the new tobacco crops of the early 20th century to quickly adjust to the new market. A look at BAT's history shows how uniquely placed our experts were to lead many of these taste shifts. And our collective experience and technical knowledge from seed to smoke garnered along this great journey hints at a chance to lead the way in an exciting, innovative future for tobacco taste. British American Tobacco has been working alongside the tobacco industry for over 110 years, leading the way in delivering the highest quality product with passion, commitment and process. We have a proud tradition of working in a close and mutually prosperous partnership and put our passion for product and our partnerships with our farmers at the heart of everything we do. These global, enduring farmer partnerships, together with our experience of transferring skills and production models across geographies, and our unrivaled tobacco technical knowledge and capabilities, give BAT a sustainable industry competitive advantage that will enable us to lead an exciting taste evolution to come.